Why do modern women hate Sigma males, yet find themselves unable to ignore them? Let's be honest, this isn't just some surface-level conflict or a simple misunderstanding. It's a clash of paradigms, an intersection of psychology, biology, and societal shifts that creates a dynamic so fascinating, so polarizing, that it often feels like a battle no one chose but everyone is fighting. This journey will change the way you think not just about women, not just about men, but about the way we navigate an increasingly complex world. Picture this: a room full of people, all competing for attention. Most of them are loud, brash, vying to be seen and heard. And then there's someone in the corner, quiet, observing, detached. But there's something undeniably magnetic about them. You can't quite put your finger on it. That's the Sigma male. He doesn't follow the script that everyone else is reading from. He doesn't conform to societal norms, and he doesn't seek validation. And therein lies the rub. Modern women, shaped by a culture that increasingly emphasizes empowerment, independence, and visibility, often find themselves at odds with the Sigma male archetype. Why? Because the Sigma male defies the very tools women are taught to use to navigate relationships and social hierarchies. He doesn't need validation, doesn't seek approval, doesn't play the game. This dissonance creates frustration, confusion, and yes, even hatred. But it also creates intrigue. Because while many modern women hate Sigma males, they also can't ignore them. And it's this paradox that we're going to unravel.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
Let's start with the psychology. At its core, human behavior is driven by a need for connection and significance. For centuries, societal structures have evolved around these needs. Men were providers and protectors, women were nurturers and caretakers. But modern society has flipped this script. Women now have access to education, careers, and opportunities that were once reserved for men. They no longer need a man for survival. This independence is empowering, but it also creates new challenges. Women still seek connection and significance, but the dynamics of how they achieve these have changed. Enter the Sigma male. Unlike the traditional alpha male, who asserts dominance through charisma and leadership, or the beta male, who seeks significance through deference and support, the Sigma male operates outside this hierarchy entirely. He's self-sufficient, introspective, and enigmatic. He doesn't need anyone to validate his worth, and this is both his greatest strength and his greatest challenge. For modern women, who are often used to men either competing for their attention or accommodating their needs, the Sigma male is an enigma. He's not playing the game, and that makes him unpredictable, and unpredictability is both alluring and infuriating. Here's the thing: modern women are often taught to view relationships as a negotiation of power. Who has the upper hand? Who's chasing whom? Who has more to lose? But the Sigma male refuses to engage in this power dynamic. He doesn't chase, but he also doesn't submit. He's just there. And this throws a wrench in the traditional playbook. Women who are used to being pursued find themselves frustrated by his indifference. But that very indifference is what makes him so captivating. It's a paradox that modern women struggle to reconcile. But let's go deeper. The Sigma male's independence isn't just about refusing to play the game. It's about redefining the game entirely. He's not seeking external validation because he's already validated himself. He's not looking for someone to complete him because he's already whole. This self-sufficiency is rare in a world that thrives on insecurity and comparison. And it's this rarity that makes the Sigma male both hated and irresistible. Think about it. In a world where social media amplifies every insecurity, where people are constantly comparing themselves to others, the Sigma male stands out as someone who's immune to this noise. He doesn't care about likes, followers, or trends. He's focused on his own path, his own growth, his own purpose. And this is deeply unsettling for those who derive their sense of worth from external validation. For modern women, who are often caught in the crossfire of societal expectations and personal ambitions, the Sigma male represents a challenge to their worldview. He's a mirror that forces them to confront their own insecurities, their own need for validation. And this is uncomfortable. It's much easier to hate the Sigma male than to confront the truths he reveals. But here's the twist: despite this hatred, women can't ignore him. Because deep down, they recognize that the Sigma male embodies qualities that are increasingly rare in today's world: authenticity, purpose, independence. These are qualities that many people, men and women alike, aspire to but struggle to achieve. And this aspiration creates a magnetic pull. Women may hate the Sigma male for what he represents, but they also admire him. They may resent his indifference, but they crave his attention. It's a dynamic that's as complex as it is fascinating. So what does this mean for you, the viewer? If you identify as a Sigma male, this dynamic can feel isolating. You may feel misunderstood, even resented, for qualities that you see as strengths. But here's the truth: the very things that make you polarizing are the things that make you powerful. Your independence, your authenticity, your refusal to conform, these are your superpowers. And while they may make you a target of criticism, they also make you a force to be reckoned with. If you're a woman watching this, you might be feeling a mix of emotions right now. Maybe you see yourself in the struggle I've described. Maybe you've encountered a Sigma male and felt that mix of frustration and fascination. Or maybe you're questioning your own relationship with validation and power dynamics. Whatever you're feeling, know this: the Sigma male isn't your enemy. He's not here to challenge your worth or undermine your independence. He's simply walking his own path, and in doing so, he's inviting you to walk yours. Now that we've established the foundation of why modern women often find themselves at odds with Sigma males, let's take this a step further. To truly understand this dynamic, we need to unpack the deeper psychological undercurrents at play. It's not just about individual personalities or preferences, it's about how our modern society has fundamentally reshaped the way men and women perceive themselves, each other, and the roles they expect to play. Let's start with a hard truth: modern women are under immense pressure. Society tells them they need to be everything, all at once. They need to be strong and independent, but also nurturing and empathetic. They're told to prioritize their careers, but also to find fulfillment in relationships. They're expected to be opinionated, yet accommodating. It's a balancing act that's impossible to maintain without internal conflict. And when they encounter a Sigma male, this conflict often comes to the surface. Why? Because the Sigma male doesn't operate within the framework that these societal pressures have created. He's not looking for a partner to complete him, nor is he interested in conforming to traditional gender roles. For modern women, who are often navigating the tension between independence and connection, this can feel like a rejection not of them personally, but of the script they've been taught to follow. The Sigma male's self-sufficiency shines a spotlight on their own internal struggle, and this can be deeply uncomfortable. Think about it. Modern women are often encouraged to be high value in the dating world, a term that more often than not is tied to external markers of success, beauty, social status, career achievements. But the Sigma male isn't impressed by these markers. He doesn't care about how many followers you have on Instagram or what kind of car you drive. He's looking for something deeper: authenticity, self-awareness, a sense of purpose. And this shifts the entire dynamic. Women who are used to leveraging external markers of value find themselves at a loss when these things hold no sway over the Sigma male. It's not that he's dismissive, it's that he's focused on a different wavelength entirely. This is where the frustration often comes in. Women might feel like they've done everything right, they've worked on themselves, achieved their goals, cultivated their image, only to find that none of it seems to matter to the Sigma male. And in a way, they're correct. The Sigma male doesn't reject these accomplishments out of arrogance or apathy. He rejects them because he's not playing the game of external validation to begin with. His focus is inward, on his own growth and purpose. And this makes it difficult for women to engage with him on the terms they're used to. But here's where things get interesting. While the Sigma male's indifference can be maddening, it can also be liberating. For women who are willing to step outside the framework of societal expectations, the Sigma male offers a different kind of connection, one that's based on mutual respect, growth, and authenticity. It's not about power dynamics or validation, it's about walking parallel paths, each person whole unto themselves. This kind of connection is rare, but it's also profoundly fulfilling. And this is why, despite the frustration, many women find themselves drawn to Sigma males. They sense the potential for something deeper, something real. Now, let's talk about the cultural context. In today's world, we're seeing a shift in how relationships are viewed. Traditional roles are being questioned, and new paradigms are emerging. But with this shift comes uncertainty. People are no longer sure what they're supposed to want, let alone how to get it. This is especially true for modern women, who are navigating uncharted territory when it comes to balancing independence and partnership. The Sigma male, with his rejection of traditional roles and his focus on self-sufficiency, represents both a challenge and an opportunity in this new landscape. For women who are used to the alpha male dynamic, where the man takes charge and asserts dominance, the Sigma male can feel like a letdown. He's not going to sweep you off your feet or dominate the room. But he's also not going to fade into the background like a beta male might. He exists in his own space, on his own terms. And this requires a different kind of engagement. It's not about dominance or submission, it's about mutual recognition. The Sigma male isn't looking for someone to lead or follow. He's looking for someone who can walk alongside him as an equal. This, of course, is easier said than done. For modern women, who are often conditioned to seek validation through their relationships, this kind of dynamic can feel unfamiliar, even threatening. It requires a level of self-awareness and emotional maturity that goes beyond the surface. But for those who are willing to rise to the challenge, the rewards are immense. A relationship with a Sigma male isn't about filling a void or meeting societal expectations. It's about growth, authenticity, and connection on a deeper level. So where does this leave us? If you're a Sigma male, it's important to recognize that your independence and self-sufficiency can be both a strength and a barrier. While these qualities set you apart, they can also make it difficult for others to connect with you. The key is to remain true to yourself while also being open to connection. It's not about compromising your values or conforming to societal norms. It's about finding people who resonate with your energy, who see your authenticity and meet it with their own. If you're a woman watching this, consider this an invitation to reflect on your own relationship with validation and power dynamics. Are you seeking connection from a place of authenticity, or are you playing a game of social expectations? The Sigma male isn't here to judge you or challenge your worth. He's simply walking his own path, and in doing so, he invites you to walk yours. It's not about chasing or being chased. It's about meeting as equals on a shared journey. This dynamic isn't easy to navigate, but it's worth the effort. Because at the end of the day, the qualities that make the Sigma male so polarizing are the same qualities that make him so compelling. His independence, his authenticity, his refusal to conform, these are the qualities that challenge us to be better, to live more authentically, to connect on a deeper level. And that's something we can all aspire to, regardless of where we fall on the spectrum. Now that we've explored why modern women often respond to Sigma males with both frustration and fascination, it's time to examine the deeper implications of this dynamic, not just for relationships, but for how we understand ourselves and the world around us. Because the truth is, this isn't just about men and women. It's about how we, as individuals, navigate the tension between societal expectations and personal authenticity. And in that tension lies the heart of why modern women hate Sigma males but can't ignore them. Let's start with the concept of independence. In theory, independence is something we all strive for. It's celebrated as a virtue, a marker of maturity and self-sufficiency. But in practice, true independence is rare and often misunderstood. For many, independence is confused with isolation or detachment. But the Sigma male represents a different kind of independence, one that is rooted in self-awareness and purpose. He's not independent because he rejects others, he's independent because he knows himself. And this kind of independence is powerful. It's magnetic, but it's also intimidating. Why? Because it forces others to confront their own relationship with independence. For modern women, who are often navigating a world that demands both independence and connection, the Sigma male's self-sufficiency can feel like a mirror. It reflects back their own struggles, their own insecurities, their own need for validation. And this is where the tension arises. Women may admire the Sigma male's independence, but they also resent it because it highlights the ways in which they themselves feel dependent on external factors for their sense of worth. But there's more to it than that. The Sigma male's independence isn't just about self-sufficiency, it's about authenticity. He's not interested in playing roles or fitting into societal molds. He's focused on being true to himself regardless of what others think. And this authenticity is both liberating and unsettling. For women who are used to navigating relationships through the lens of social expectations, the Sigma male's refusal to conform can feel like a rejection not of them as individuals, but of the entire framework they've been taught to operate within. Think about it. Modern society is built on a foundation of validation and performance. Social media amplifies this, turning every interaction into a performance for an audience. People curate their lives, their relationships, their identities, all in pursuit of likes, comments, and approval. But the Sigma male doesn't play this game. He's not interested in performing or seeking validation. He's focused on his own journey, his own growth, his own truth. And this makes him a disruptor. He challenges the very foundation of how modern relationships are often constructed. For modern women, this can be both frustrating and freeing. On the one hand, the Sigma male's refusal to engage with societal norms can feel like a dismissal of the effort they've put into navigating these norms. But on the other hand, it can also be an invitation to step outside these norms themselves. The Sigma male doesn't care about superficial markers of success or worth. He's looking for something deeper, something real. And for women who are willing to meet him on this level, the connection can be transformative. But here's where it gets tricky. The Sigma male's authenticity and independence can also make him difficult to connect with. He's not interested in small talk or surface-level interactions. He values depth, honesty, and purpose. And this means that connecting with him requires a level of vulnerability and self-awareness that many people, women and men alike, struggle to achieve. It's not about impressing him or winning his approval. It's about showing up as your true self, without pretense or performance. And this is no small task. For modern women, who are often navigating a world that values appearances over substance, this can be a daunting challenge, but it's also an opportunity for growth. The Sigma male's presence forces them to question the scripts they've been taught to follow, to examine their own relationship with validation and authenticity. It's not about changing who they are to fit his expectations. It's about discovering who they are beneath the layers of societal conditioning. This is why the Sigma male is both hated and irresistible. He doesn't just challenge women to connect with him on a deeper level, he challenges them to connect with themselves. His independence, his authenticity, his refusal to conform, they're not just personal traits. They're a call to action, an invitation to live more authentically, more independently, more purposefully. And this is a challenge that many women find both frustrating and fascinating. But let's not romanticize the Sigma male too much. While his qualities are admirable, they're not without their challenges. His independence can sometimes come across as aloofness. His authenticity can sometimes feel like detachment. And his refusal to conform can sometimes make him difficult to relate to. For the Sigma male, the key is to find a balance between staying true to himself and being open to connection. Independence doesn't have to mean isolation, and authenticity doesn't have to mean rejection of others. The Sigma male's journey is not just about walking his own path, but about finding ways to connect with others while staying true to that path. For modern women, the challenge is similar. It's about finding a balance between independence and connection, between authenticity and vulnerability. The Sigma male isn't here to provide all the answers or to complete anyone's story. He's here to walk his own journey, and in doing so, he invites others to walk theirs. It's not about chasing or being chased. It's about meeting as equals on a shared path. So where does this leave us? The dynamic between modern women and Sigma males is complex, nuanced, and deeply rooted in the tensions of modern society. It's a clash of paradigms, a meeting of opposites that both challenges and inspires. And while it's not an easy dynamic to navigate, it's one that holds immense potential for growth, authenticity, and connection. If you're a Sigma male, embrace your independence, your authenticity, your refusal to conform. But also recognize that these qualities can be both a strength and a barrier. Stay open to connection, even as you walk your own path. If you're a modern woman, consider this an invitation to step outside the framework of societal expectations. The Sigma male isn't here to challenge your worth or undermine your independence. He's here to invite you to a deeper level of connection, not just with him, but with yourself. And for everyone watching, remember this: the qualities that make the Sigma male so polarizing, his independence, his authenticity, his refusal to conform, are qualities that we can all aspire to in our own way. Because at the end of the day, the journey of the Sigma male isn't just about men or women. It's about all of us. It's about living authentically, embracing our individuality, and connecting with others on a deeper level. So the next time you encounter a Sigma male or find yourself wrestling with the dynamics we've discussed today, remember this: it's not about hate or admiration. It's about growth. It's about authenticity. It's about living a life that's true to who you are. And that's something we can all strive for.